Hyun Bin Cries on camera, saying, "Without Sun Ye-jin and her son, I am nothing." What really happened behind those unexpected tears? Was it a breaking point? A confession long overdue? Or a message to someone watching from afar? This wasn't just another celebrity interview, it was a moment that stopped everyone in their tracks. Welcome to Hidden Korea. Let's uncover the full story behind Hyun Bin's emotional breakdown. Right now, the lights were soft but steady, cameras were rolling, and the atmosphere inside the studio of Star Nightlife felt electric with expectation. No one, not even the production crew, was prepared for what would become one of the most talked about emotional breakdowns in Korean television history. Hyun Bin, the ever-composed, sharp-jawed leading man known for his calm and dignified poise, sat before the live audience with a weighted smile. For months, the tabloids had swirled with nasty rumors, false reports of a quiet divorce, speculations about emotional distance, even wild theories about custody arrangements. Fans were left confused, others were simply worried. But that night, under the bright but unforgiving studio lights, Hyun Bin broke his silence. The question that unraveled everything. It began innocently enough. The host, veteran interviewer Park Min-sik, asked a seemingly light-hearted question: if you could go back in time, what would you tell the Hyun Bin of 5 years ago? There was a pause. A long one. And then, his voice, already shaky, dropped into something quieter. "I would tell him," Hyun Bin said, "don't ever let fear of judgment keep you from showing your love." Audience held its breath. He continued, slowly, deliberately, as though measuring each word with the weight of every headline and whisper he'd endured. "I've stayed quiet for so long, but not because I didn't care. I stayed quiet because I thought protecting my family meant staying silent." He turned to the camera, and then the words that shattered every rumor echoed across the nation. "Without Sun Ye-jin and our son, I am nothing." A studio in tears. There was no script. No cue cards for what came next. Tears streamed down Hyun Bin's face, not in a performative burst, but in raw, human release. He didn't wipe them away. He didn't look away from the camera either. "I've heard the rumors," he admitted, voice breaking, "that we're not together anymore, that we only show love when the cameras are on, that Sun Ye-jin is raising our child alone." "Me say this? Those are lies. Cruel, heartless lies." The audience gasped. Park Min-sik, visibly stunned, placed his cards down and said softly, "Would you like to continue?" Hyun Bin nodded. "Yes, because if I don't speak now, I'll never forgive myself." The rumors that refused to die. Ever since their breathtaking wedding in 2022, Hyun Bin and Sun Ye-jin had been hailed as Korea's ultimate power couple. But fame is a double-edged sword. With admiration comes scrutiny. It started subtly. A gossip column suggesting that Sun Ye-jin was no longer seen wearing her wedding ring. A blurry photo of Hyun Bin at a cafe alone. Then came malicious speculation: why aren't they posting each other anymore? Why do they never attend events side by side? And Sun Ye-jin took a short hiatus to focus on motherhood. Critics cruelly suggested she had stepped back because of marital strain. Meanwhile, Hyun Bin's busy schedule and overseas filming commitments were twisted into absurd tales of separation and regret. But what the world didn't see were the late-night phone calls across time zones, the handwritten notes tucked into Hyun Bin's travel bag by his wife, and the tiny drawings from their son that he carried in his wallet like treasure. "The day I almost lost myself." On Star Nightlife, Hyun Bin described a night just weeks earlier. "After a long shoot abroad, I came home after 2 months away. It was late. I walked into our son's room and he didn't wake up. I stood there, just watching him breathe, and something in me collapsed." He looked down, hands trembling. "I sat beside Ye-jin and cried, because I missed everything." His first sentence in English. His first drawing. "I missed it all because I thought I was doing what's best, working, earning, staying busy." That night, he made a promise to never let distance, emotional or physical, define his family's story. Sun Ye-jin's silent strength, while Hyun Bin bore the brunt of media pressure. Insiders close to the couple revealed that Sun Ye-jin had been his quiet anchor through it all. "She's the one who tells him. Let them talk. We know the truth. Apostrophe said a close friend. I've seen the hurt in her eyes too. She just hides it better. She has remained off social media for the most part and rarely responds to public drama. But just 2 weeks before the interview, Ye-jin posted a photo of a daisy in bloom with the caption, "Even if the world doubts us, I never will." At the time, it seemed cryptic. But now, after Hyun Bin's confession, the meaning was crystal clear. Within 24 hours of the broadcast, a clip of Hyun Bin breaking down surpassed 20 million views online. News outlets, influencers, even global K-drama pages reposted the video with captions like, "A real man defends his family." Hyun Bin proves that love isn't a performance, it's a promise. Divorce rumors crushed in one unforgettable moment. Public sentiment shifted. Fans who had once questioned the couple's silence now saw it for what it was: dignified restraint in the face of chaos. An online poll from K-Media survey showed a staggering 94% of respondents said they now believed Hyun Bin and son Ye-jin's bond was stronger than ever. Social media was flooded with supportive messages, many praising his vulnerability and emotional honesty. Son Ye-jin's subtle but strong response. While Hyun Bin had poured his heart out on national TV, fans waited eagerly for a response from son Ye-jin. True to her quiet strength, she didn't post a long statement or hold a press conference. Instead, she uploaded a single image on her private fan cafe, a candid photo of Hyun Bin cradling their son during a walk on Jeju Island. Sunlight hitting their faces, gentle smile on both. The caption was brief, but powerful. "This is my always." The photo went viral within minutes. No filters. No stylist, just a father, a child, and proof that love lived quietly, even in the midst of noise. Behind the scenes, the toll of staying silent. Insiders close to the couple revealed what many had suspected: Hyun Bin and son Ye-jin had chosen silence not because they were hiding anything, but because they didn't want to feed the flames. Hence, they debated if they should speak out, said a close friend of the couple. But Ye-jin always said, "Let them say what they want, we'll keep living truthfully." Apostrophe It was Hyun Bin who finally said, "No more, not when it starts affecting our son." Breaking point came when malicious blogs began questioning who their child was living with, even going so far as to suggest that son Ye-jin had moved out. That broke him, the friend added. That's when he called his manager and said, "Book Star Night Live, I'm going on air." Private letters, public love. Following the broadcast, several fans reported receiving handwritten notes from Hyun Bin's fan club. Quotes from the show paired with floral postcards, but there was one message that stood out, reportedly written by Hyun Bin himself and leaked anonymously. "Never forget what really matters. Let my son's tiny hand remind me. Let Ye-jin's laughter bring me back. Everything else, the fame, the roles, rumors, it means nothing if I don't return home with love in my heart." The quote was framed by dozens of fans and shared across cafes, billboards, and subway ads by his fanbase, titled simply, "Bring him back to love, a united front." Their first appearance together since the rumors. Just 2 weeks after the emotional interview, Hyun Bin and son Ye-jin made their first joint public appearance at a children's art charity event in Seoul. She wore a simple white blouse. He held their son's hand tightly. Red carpet. No flashbulbs, but every eye in the room was on them. A reporter cautiously asked about the recent interview. Hyun Bin responded without hesitation, "The most important stories in life don't need press releases. They need truth. That's what I gave." Ye-jin simply smiled, leaned into him slightly, and added, "We're fine. We always were." Calling out the media, Hyun Bin's strongest words yet. A week later, Hyun Bin's agency, Vast Entertainment, released an official statement backed by the actor himself. "We have allowed false reports, malicious speculations, and unverified gossip to go unchallenged. Until now, enough is enough." Hyun Bin has never filed for divorce. Ye-jin has never left their home. Our family is not a headline. Our son is not a rumor. Legal action will now be taken against repeated offenders. This marked a dramatic shift in tone from the couple who had long opted for silence. But it was clear, Hyun Bin wasn't just protecting himself anymore. He was protecting his wife, his child, his peace. Letters from the heart. Son Ye-jin's private note leaked. 1 week after their charity appearance, an anonymous stylist posted a blurred photo of a handwritten note allegedly from son Ye-jin to Hyun Bin, tucked inside his script binder on set. Never confirmed publicly, the note read, "I saw your tears. The world saw your truth, but I've always known your heart. Come home safe. Your son and I are waiting, always." The stylist quickly deleted the post, but the words had already echoed across fan forums, with thousands commenting, "This is real love." They didn't break under the pressure. They became stronger. Ye-jin is his anchor, his North Star. This means for Korean celebrity culture. Hyun Bin's raw vulnerability has sparked a broader conversation in Korea about the toxic obsession with celebrity marriages. Commentators have begun criticizing the constant invasion of privacy and the harmful effects of anonymous online speculation. On a national radio broadcast, one host commented, Hyun Bin's tears weren't just for himself, they were for every public figure who's been forced to smile through pain. Other stars have since followed suit, speaking out about their own struggles behind the glamour, crediting Hyun Bin for breaking the silence. Final words to fans, and to his son. Close of the Star Night Live interview, Hyun Bin had one final message. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't rehearsed. It was raw. He turned once more to the camera, voice steadier this time. "To those who love us, thank you. To those who judged us, please look again. To my son. If you ever watch this one day, know this, your mother is the strongest person I've ever known, and I will spend the rest of my life making sure you know how deeply you are loved." The screen faded to